Bitch. What up? What up? Yeah, Kanan did get his ass knocked out. Hey, Ronald, I was on time. What you mean? What you mean? Hang on, but yeah, like I said, I was working on another video. I was working on another video and got carried away, and then looked up and was like, "Damn, it's already 9:30." But yeah, we definitely gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into all of this. Make sure y'all hit the like button as you come in. Yeah, 11:30 Central, 9:30 my time. So we got a couple stuff. I know Raising Canaan is the biggest thing out right now. See, this is the reason. Talia was good. This is the reason why Courtney Kemp wanted to give, you know, I think this is the reason why Courtney Kemp wanted to give Nemesis a week to, get caught up, because she knew the attention Raising Canaan was going to get the moment it came out. So she was like, hell nah, don't drop that trailer like y'all normally do. She was like, y'all gonna have to give us some time on that damn trailer because it's gonna suck up all the energy. Cause like I got Nemesis up here only because we didn't finish the recap, and I'm guessing a lot of people hopefully has caught up on it and watched it. Again, make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. I'm starting to think that's the reason for them not, them not giving us the trailer at the normal time span that they give it to us. Because Nemesis about to already be yesterday's news. What's up, Golson? Ali? But Ronald, did you finish Nemesis or no?
I did.
Great. Let me grab my food real quick, y'all.
We're gonna have to wait 2 years for season 2.
Yeah, we might, because it's like they doing so much with this budget cutting shit that it ain't no telling. Yeah, I'm in the West Coast. And I haven't heard anything about casting or anything for Nemesis, so it's definitely not coming back no time soon.
How come my pictures show up in the StreamYard, but it don't on the YouTube?
Probably because you got that set up only for YouTube. I mean, for StreamYard.
I never did know with StreamYard.
Oh, I don't know, man, but I never look on you. Wait. Okay, I see what you're talking about. So I'm looking at it on my screen. I don't know.
Now when I turn my camera off, I see the video.
Yeah, it's looking scary for Lou. We're gonna talk about it. But
The only
before we
question
do,
is with Lewis. The only question is when is it gonna happen
I already
early?
know when. I just made my video on that whole segment. I guess I'll go ahead and reveal it when we get to the death of Blue. But I already know exactly how it happened.
Is this your prediction?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't really know. You're just making a
Yeah,
theory.
but I think it's a strong position.
Well, that blows your other theory out the water, don't
I know, I know. Okay.
it?
I knew you were gonna say something about it too. It's all good.
Rock gonna break down and say, "That's my son."
Definitely won't happen. Guarantee it. But anyways, Nemesis. So one thing I want to bring up about Nemesis real quick. We were to live, I ain't gonna lie. After seeing the evidence, I had to concede. But if Ron don't keep this shit up, there's a lot of people that ain't seen me say this on this live. I can go to making content to make that shit make sense and lead the sheep into into the slaughter until the episode come out. And then they gonna be like, "Oh, you was wrong, nigga. I knew that. I just I just kept doing it." Shit. But yeah, so Nemesis. Um, the actor Matthew Law. I haven't seen a whole lot of people saying this, but a couple of people said it has been getting some, you know, criticism on his acting as the role for Isaiah's stylist. Does anybody in here agree that he didn't do a good job acting as that character?
It was good. Some of it seemed a little overacted in places, but he was playing out this obsession, and dude was also suffering from PTSD. So, and he had zero work life balance. But I think he was more traumatized and grief stricken than anything,
Yeah,
and then obsessed with this theory he had.
that was right.
And he on some other show. Somebody said he was on
He on the Oval.
Dover,
He's on the Oval.
the Oval. Oh,
Hmm.
I've never watched that. It's just it's only so much Tyler Perry I can take.
I haven't watched the last season of it, but yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, he's on Albert as well. Yep.
That's what I heard. Abbott Elementary. So how many series he got? Yeah, I heard he was on Abbott Elementary.
But I don't think he's a regular for Abbott, or is he? I don't think he's a regular.
He played
Yeah,
a principal's husband or boyfriend or something. Talia,
I myself remember Mr. Matthew Law from the Tyler Perry show, The Oval. Yeah.
But I'm still, I'm for some reason I'm rooting more for Coltrane.
What's your reasoning for rooting for Coltrane?
Because I didn't, because he was the one being chased. I guess that's it. He was the one being he was the chased, the pursued, and this other guy obsessing. Although I can't see. Uh, I don't think either one of them are really going to win at the end.
I think
But
I
it'll be
think it's
interesting
gonna
to see
turn
if they
out
do
with both
for
of
two
them.
more seasons. Go ahead.
Say that again.
It'll be interesting to see how they get two more seasons out of it.
I agree with that. That it is the way it's written. It does make you question how they're going to continue this. But I do think in the end they're going to have to end up working together. I don't know what's going to happen that makes that twist happens, but that's how I believe it's going to end. It's going to be to a point where Coltrane is going to probably do something to help Isaiah, somebody Isaiah love, maybe Candace or something like that, right? And or even his son, who knows? But it's going to come to the point where Isaiah is going to kind of have to get his hands dirty a little bit in order to protect.
Evan has saved his son, and Coltrane wasn't even after his son.
Right, exactly. So you also got to consider that.
But he did kill his daddy. I don't
Yep,
think it's. I don't know if it's any coming back from that.
they're gonna find a way to do it. I'm not sure how, but they're definitely gonna find a way to do it. That's just my opinion. But overall, I like the show. I definitely liked Dion character, even though he was out of here in 4 episodes. But still, anybody else was Dion fans, or is it just me?
He was kind of growing on me, kind of a comic relief. But you knew he was going to be
Yeah,
a problem child anyway
right, absolutely.
with that cuz.
That's what I
Is
like
that a
about it.
California thing? Cuz.
Yeah,
I
is that
got
a
one. I
is
got
that a
one question
protect?
today.
Oh,
I
I
got
need
one
that,
question.
cuz.
I got one question that's totally off topic. How do you say T's name? Because I keep getting it wrong.
Talia?
I thought that's what I be saying.
Nah, you be saying
Talia. What do I be saying?
You be saying Ty Leah, something like
Talia.
something.
Talia.
It's something you be saying.
It's Talia. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just say T. If I say T, that's who I'm talking about. She don't.
She
Is
said
this
she
what?
don't like his name. Hey, I actually never heard nobody named Coltrane until the end too.
It was a musician or something back way back. I thought Coltrane, like a jazz musician or something.
Hmm.
We need DeMarcus. He can answer all them questions.
Dolly, you team Coltrane?
I don't think Evan is in the best hands. But that was Charlie's plan to get her out of there, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think 100% Charlie is dead next season. I don't know if it's gonna be maybe the Armenian mob to catch up with her a little later, or what it's gonna be. But yeah, 100%. I think she's dead next season, and she's probably gonna die trying to protect Ebony or something, or it could just be something she did her past catch up with her. I don't know why they ended with baby Tariq getting shot. We know that nigga ain't died.
But that actually was pretty good the way it played out. Because see, he actually Coltrane actually saved his son. The boy been saved twice by the Wilders because he had kept that pressure on him.
Yep.
Even with the daddy having a gun on him.
Yeah, because Coltrane has a heart. Even though he's, a killer, he has a heart. He's not cold-blooded. But here's the thing. This is something else that I could see possibly happening. He saved his son. Isaiah might, be convinced by Candace to let him go or how. Maybe. And like I told y'all, I think it's going to come a time that they might have to work together. And I can see that, what's his name? Scrollham? I can see. Said, what is it again?
I think it's Strong, for
Strong.
short.
Okay.
Strowman or something like that.
Strowman, yeah, that's what it is, Strowman. But his name is something with a D. What is it? Darian, I believe. But either way, him. I could see him possibly getting mad at Coltrane because Isaiah's the one that's, in his eyes, Isaiah's the one responsible for the death of D.I.
Who? Strong gonna get mad?
I think he's gonna get mad at
Coltrane. No, he know Dion was messing up. Dion committed suicide, basically.
Yeah, but
he wasn't supposed to go there to try to sell that stuff.
Understood, but you see how mad he got when he found out he was dead. So I think he's still gonna try to, if he see Coltrane working with the guy that he might see as the person who killed his uncle, he might get mad at him. Nobody said it. I'm telling you. I like the show. I feel like somebody else should have played Isaiah's part, but he's growing on me. Damn. So
I think that would have been a good. See, this little cameo deal with Tristan McWiles is something up with that. I don't like that because he could have played either one of them lead parts actually, and probably would have been a better Isaiah.
Hold on, who you say?
Tristan McWiles, the guy that keeps showing up in cameos playing Manny Shaw.
Okay.
I don't know why they cast him in a cameo like that instead of, he could have easily been one of the lead characters.
Yeah, it don't really make sense because you don't typically see stuff like that. Typically, if it's just a short scene like that, cameo, it'll be a kind of not well known actor.
Mm-hmm. But to the point about Isaiah becoming dirty eventually, he already is.
Sure, but as far as actually helping a criminal,
he conspired to kill Coltrane. He put a hit out on him.
True, but that's not
with the mafia, the cartel, or whatever. He already dirty.
Yeah, I agree he's dirty, but what I'm saying is, I'm talking about actually working together with another criminal to cover up something, to do dirt. You're gonna see him getting deeper into it.
He bugged his own wife. He wasn't supposed to do that with that necklace.
Yeah, but that's stuff that you can see a cop doing. You feel me?
Broke in Coltrane's house.
Yeah. Because what did I describe him as? Remember, I said he's Cooper Sacks mixed with Alonzo Harris.
I think the real point is that he's just like his daddy. He just a gangster as his daddy, but he got a badge on. See, somewhere in there, somebody said something about a cop needs to have a criminal mind. Something was said about, I've always heard that about police psychology too. They have to have a criminal mind.
Coltrane said that.
Okay.
That trailer was fire. I'm glad Rock and Marvin taking the show back over because Breeze ain't nothing but a worker for Snaps and Pops. That's big cap, but okay.
Alonzo Harris was on another show. What? Who was
That's from
Alonzo Harris?
That's Denzel Washington's character from Triangle.
Oh, okay.
Probably something deeper going on with Isaiah's partner getting killed, and Coltrane will help him, even though he thinks Coltrane is responsible. I think he is responsible, right?
It's gonna have to be something really major because he can't just overlook him. He killed his daddy. Went up in the house and killed him.
But he wasn't that close to his dad.
But they was getting there. He was trying to get there. He always wanted his daddy back. And then Coltrane took him out on one of these heists.
Coltrane did him a favor. But the son, I probably would never forgive him, maybe. But at the same time, though, I don't know because he did. Coltrane saved the son too.
Why didn't the son take a shot?
Wasn't about that life.
And the guy that Amos stabbed in the throat when the dude said, "I want half of what's in that suitcase."
Uh-huh.
Now he was one of the kids on the wire too. He played Randy Wagstaff. His name is Maestro. See, all them folks that grew up. So he was one of the kids with Tristan Wiles on the wire.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
You want to watch that?
Mm. So, hold up. What was he just saying? Yeah, so what I was gonna say is I don't think Coltrane was gonna initially kill Nightmare either. It just after it went down the way it did, he had to. Because keep in mind, they weren't expecting to have a major shootout with the police like that. But after
Nightmare was a loose end.
Right, he was a loose end at that point.
He was after killing.
Right. At first, they were gonna just let him take the fall for killing Andre and just go back to jail. But after that major shootout and his face was all over the news, they was like, okay, now he can talk on some business and he got proof of it. So yeah, we gotta take that fool out.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the guy they killed, and his prints was on the gun. Okay.
Right. I knew that's what they were doing the moment they passed him the gun and you seen everybody else had gloves on. But yeah, what do y'all think of my one of my favorite lines now on episode 5? Now that everybody's seen it.
Okay, I remember the graveyard scene. Now remind me what the line was in the context.
He with the dead hope is die. That shit was hella funny.
That ain't what you said the other night.
It is what I said.
When they was in the graveyard talking,
Yeah.
you said something else the other night.
No, that's exactly the line I was saying because we talked about because somebody, Marcus, I think it was, or somebody came in there and was talking about how he poured the coffee out. What was the funny line that you talking about, Talia? Because Dion had some funny lines too.
Cause you clipped that video, and I usually don't watch these again, but I seemed like I heard the line you were saying.
It was that one. Shit. When Dion and his wife was arguing, as his wife said, "If you don't come back," oh yeah, I remember that. Kill my mama and frame you for it.
Oh yeah, that was a good.
The fucking Clippers, cuz. That shit was funny too. That man was mad as hell to the Clippers. And it's funny for those of y'all. I don't know if y'all seen the series. It got canceled, but it had 2 seasons of it. Um, Winning Time that was on HBO. But yeah, he played Magic Johnson. Yeah, it was a decent series and stuff. It was cool. I didn't watch the second season of it, but I thought the first season was pretty solid. What comments are you talking about being deleted? Anyway, though, let's go ahead and get into what everybody really here for. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this damn trailer. So, is it? I don't know. It's been a lot of trailers, obviously, but I think we might can say this one right here might be the best trailer I've seen, at least in a while. Because this trailer was hella good. What do y'all think of it?
I think it's definitely the best.
Yeah, because it was like super, action packed, revealing. Um, it's like they gave you something but didn't give you too much. Also, yeah, 100% is the season is 8 episodes too. So that is it's no longer a rumor. That's what it is. And how I know is because if you've seen the advertisement picture they put out there for it saying Fightland is coming on the 31st. So that means Raising Kanan is going to have 8 episodes with no skips. So, I mean, that's kind of good news. You know, cover Raising Kanan, and then right after Raising Kanan, we get Fightland. Go straight to Fightland. Hopefully, you know, it's worth is good as the hype. And then right after that, um, yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Gonna watch Fightland for sure. Um, I'm guessing they gotta squeeze P Valley in somewhere. I don't know when, but I would assume probably after fight. So
That show been in the can about 3 years now.
yeah, it has. But on the Stars advertisement, it was saying, um, you know, P Valley's supposed to come 2026. So I would guess it has to come right after Fight Night. So Fightland probably be right. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna have, but more than likely it'll probably be wrapping up in sometime September. And then P Valley should comes in mid September ish or something like that. And honestly, about time that hit, Origins probably be done. Now we know Legacy hasn't started production yet.
Is it even greenlit?
Nah, I don't think so.
Let me back up just a little bit. You said the funniest line in Nemesis was, "Oh, you didn't know yet."
He with the dead homies. Yeah, yeah.
But that's what you said. Oh, you didn't know yet.
And then I followed it up with saying he with
No,
the
you
dead
didn't.
homies.
No, you did.
I absolutely did.
Okay, you gonna watch it later on. You'll see.
Like I'm telling you, I did. You might be watching a small clip where it cut that off.
That whole conversation is on there. You posted the clip today, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On that clip, that's probably the last part that it said. But the full thing,
Because you didn't want to give nothing away, and then you said, "No, I won't be giving nothing away."
yeah,
And you
but
said,
I did say it because, like I said, how I know it's because it wasn't DeMarcus, it was somebody else. Followed it up, was like, yeah, and then he pulled the coffee out. That's how I know. I said it. He said, I don't give a fuck about no P Valley. Cancel this shit. Hey, I might be with you on that, SG. They have the listeners on the 12th day of June, same day as Raising Kanan's final season. What the fuck is the listeners? But anyways, what's the biggest thing y'all seen in the trailer like that got you hyped?
"Well, I wasn't surprised that Rock is alive."
Yeah,
Um, I think we see a clip of when Lou gets taken out.
we do.
Um, my favorite part was seeing Marvin busting that throw dude upside the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
That was
You said busting through the
I've
wall.
been waiting
Hold
on
on,
that
which
for
part
postseason.
did you say?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
when Marvin threw Kanan upside the wall.
Okay, yeah, I thought we were talking about the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah, because he been wanting to whip him for 4 years now. Well,
right,
not really 2 years, but in the timeline.
right. I think it was nice for me to see Bree's apartment. I was happy about that. Um, it's good to see, just Breeze in action. But yeah, definitely seeing him beat Kanan ass was what stood out. And I'm still wrecking my brain right now. Well, I'm still thinking on it. How is Marvin gonna get taken out? I got an idea, perhaps, but not exactly sure. I got Lou. I got Rock. Even though that's well, let me just talk about
They
that.
they make it look like, see, you can't 100% trust the trailers from the
Facts.
different angles and whatnot, but they trying to, what it looked like was that Marvin was in a shootout with Breeze.
Yeah.
Breeze had like a machine gun or something, and Marvin with a pistol. Not just the way they did the switch of the editing. That's what it's making it look like.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people were saying that too, saying that Breeze is gonna take out Marvin. So I got a theory on that. I don't want to give it away because like I said, niggas be lurking. Before I know it, I wake up in the morning, they got a whole theory, a whole video about it. So I ain't gonna say it, but I definitely have a theory of how that could happen.
Do we see Rock curled up on the floor crying?
Yep,
Is that about Lou or Marvin?
I believe so.
Lou or Marvin?
Lou.
Okay. You finna show something?
Yeah,
Oh,
right there.
yeah, she crying over her son.
Right. Yeah. She could be crying over her son. The fact that she don't lost her son, Lulu. I mean, shit, Katie.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, she don't lost her son Kanan to the game. Like she don't figured out. Like, damn, I don't fucked up raising this nigga. This little nigga, this little nigga bad as hell. Everybody saying Marvin whooping Kanan. Marvin finally getting them paws on Kanan. Looks like Lou up out of here unless it's a trailer tricking everyone. Nah, it ain't. That ain't what it is. Lou ass definitely up out of here. They might have said she crying over unique. Definitely not.
So, who kills Unique? Kanan or Breeze?
So I got a theory on that too. But like I said, folks be lurking.
Well, we're talking about the trailer.
Yeah, but that's not in the trailer.
Well,
Unique was barely in the trailer, period.
once again, how they edit, you see you one clip, then you see another character, because when it's Kanan said everybody is, no one is untouchable.
Yeah, yeah. What
You
about
can't you
that?
can't show the trailer, can you?
I can, but I would just have to, you know, be pausing it a lot so that it won't.
I see it. That's worth the time.
Cause they're gonna so they won't hit me with the copyright. And even if they do hit me with copyright, I'll just later on take it out.
So how do y'all be showing it at the beginning of your discussions about it? Because I saw the trailer
Would it be
through other people's sites before I saw the actual trailer.
they be editing it, like taking out certain parts, increasing the time speeds, like slowing it down some, switching it up, like put this part here and the other part there. Like yeah, it's just be they be editing it. It don't be the original way of how stars released it. So therefore, the AI system won't detect it, and it goes through.
I was trying to see who was missing from the trailer, and Alice says that it was Barilla. Because we even saw Jerome in the trailer.
Usher, we did not see B Rilla. Demarcus, where you at? Where your boy at? Your boy didn't even get seen.
Baby, you understand me now.
But yeah, they ain't playing about this trailer too. 'Cause I did a little small editing on it.
If you didn't hate me before, you gonna
They
hate
hit me with their copyright a couple times. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't about to keep playing with y'all right now.
me now. When you hustling,
I'm gonna slow it down some too. Hold up, and let me do this because I ain't got time for y'all. This is the fair use agreement. Leave me the fuck alone, YouTube. I ain't got time for it right now. Slow the speed down a little bit. Well, that's actually a lot. There we go.
you ain't thinking about nobody but you. You telling yourself it's
So, speaking of which, let me go ahead and say this. So here, I believe this is when I think Marvin is going to reveal to Jukebox here that Lou is dead.
And this one he finna get out the car and go whip Kanan's ass. Because then he walk around the car, and in another scene, Jukebox is looking at somebody walk by.
No, let's keep looking. I don't recall seeing that.
for all your people.
So here, matter of fact, I might as well go ahead and break this thing down for y'all with the Lou, since we looking at the trailer. To go ahead and show y'all 100% Lou is dead. So you see this here, he's clearly in Rock's house. He's wearing the same attire he wore when he was doing the dirt that night. And then on top of that, like he so happened to be at Rock's house at night. And when they show the other image of him, which is going to come a little later in this trailer, you're going to see him looking like he's pushing somebody out the way. And more confirmation that it's him, that he's dead. He's going to be dead episode 1.
That's what I think too.
Jessica is in episode 1.
How you know that?
It's on IMDb. Now,
They're not reliable.
You said what?
They're not reliable.
It's not reliable on everything, but certain stuff it is reliable on.
But clearly they had a funeral, so she might have came back.
Right, that's what I was saying. You see Rock in the trailer at the funeral, at some kind of funeral. You see Rock at a gravesite. You see Marvin at a gravesite. You see Marvin crying. You see Rock crying. You see Juke crying. Who is the person that all of them have in common? Lou. That's the only one you didn't see crying. And then on top of that, Remember I told y'all about that background actress that put her name on IMDb, but it was listed as uncredited. So that is a person that did background that just manually added herself to the show. People aren't gonna do that without that actually happening.
The
I
person
know this
that
because
attended the funeral.
You said what?
The person that attended the funeral.
Right. She put herself under there for episode 1 funeral attending. So and then we so happen to see Rock dressed in black, all of that. It adds up, people. And then keep in mind that same background actress, when she was in scenes prior seasons, it was always in a scene that's related to Lou. So, and the fact that Jessica is going to be in episode 1, like I said, we get it that IMDb is not 100% credible on all the time, but some of it's like certain things, if you know how to look for it, it is credible. Like it just depends on what it is. Like I told people, this is how I was able to identify Angela being dead way back in season 6.
But they also had Amara Howard gonna be
Sure, but they did that. They intentionally did that to spike the episode. We know that.
But all of us didn't take that bait.
To be honest with you, I didn't even believe it. But I was gonna run that shit up. That was me hoping and praying that it happened. But if I had to bet on it, no fucking way I would have bet it on.
So this is all gonna happen that in that same scene where we heard the gunshot.
Yeah. So I already made my video about it. That's the video I was working on when I was late. And now as soon as I get off this live, I'm gonna go ahead and release it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the video I was working on, showing all the stuff, piecing it together, showing you how it happened. So we know that doing the shot, right? When Kanan was aiming at Rock, he was looking at somebody else, right? We talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe the person that he saw was Lou. He couldn't see that it was Lou, but he seen somebody walking up. But he went ahead and shot. And then I believe Lou jumped in the way, pushed her out the way. He took the bullet.
Okay. Because we know she wasn't on the phone with Lou because she was telling somebody about what Lou did.
Okay. Yeah, we now know that it wasn't Lou who she was on the phone with.
What is that fair use thing up in the corner? What is that about?
Just letting YouTube know that I'm qualifying this for the fair use agreement, so they won't try to hit me with copyright.
Oh, okay.
But also we know Jukebox called somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't know who she called. I believe the first call was to Rock. She didn't answer. She may have even tried to call her dad afterwards, but he was busy with Unique's people.
Mm-hmm.
So her last option would more than likely be Lou. And he probably answered. And then he rushed over there. And then boom, got his head popped.
Miles is asking a question, but Jay, why did they show Lou getting into a fight then?
He's talking about what I initially thought it was too. Let's keep watching the trailer though. We'll get to that.
You do this shit long enough.
So here's another thing.
That's in Rock's house too.
It is. It's doing this right after the whoever he shot. You can see him looking now here, same clothes, same night. What I believe happened is, like I said, Lou jumped it away, and now he's shocked at what happened. I think Kanan is going to run off after this, and Rock is going to probably um, perhaps try to get him some help, call the police or whatever. I mean, not the police, but the ambulance or whatever. But Lou is gonna die. And something else. Remember Getting It How I Live had this like weird video looking stuff of what looked like to be a hallucination. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Where they was all sitting around a table.
Yes, that there. So what I couldn't remember, and I mean, maybe if I look at his channel and dig for it, I'll find it. But what I couldn't remember was Lou up in those pictures? I don't think he was.
I think that's something like what they pulled in at the end of The Godfather, one of them sequels where it was like a scene with the whole family together in happier times. That's what I could see that being. But see, you haven't seen the Godfather movies.
Yeah, I haven't.
Does anybody in the chat know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Mr. Dub, you said, and Marvin meets Jukebox in the car, drops the news. Yes, that's exactly what I think happens. I think later Jukebox is gonna tell Marvin about it, and Marvin is gonna rush over to check on it, and he's gonna find out Lou is dead, and he's gonna go back and tell Juke the news, and that's where you're gonna see her crying in the car. Now we also seen. Well, let's keep looking at this trailer. Well, I'll do it as we get there. But yeah, like I said, here I believe he's kind of having one of those situations like, what have I done?
Lies become the truth.
So here you got Breeze walking with some nigga. I don't know who he with.
We're gonna see that guy again. Somebody gets knocked the hell out
by Kanan.
I think, yeah. And I was trying to see who was that.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Is that him?
I think it's that. Yeah, I think so. We'll see it.
It's possible. And I wonder why is Breeze at this hospital? Is he checking on somebody? Because why the hell would somebody like this nigga be at the hospital? He's either checking on somebody or he trying to make sure somebody don't make it back out.
Don't leave the hospital.
Yeah, it's one of the two.
World about to get a whole lot bigger.
Hey y'all, don't this nigga look like Nate Almighty right here?
Yeah.
Niggas can't tell me he don't look like that nigga right here.
Your pocket's a lot fatter. We got money on those streets.
So somebody said Snaps was shooting at somebody. I didn't see that shit. And I'm looking for that now.
We need to protect it.
So here, Breeze is whooping somebody's ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, DeMarcus gave an interesting theory on who this could be. He's saying this could be the white officer.
Garcia?
No. The officer that tortured and killed Famous.
They didn't look that old. This looked like an older guy. It don't look. Garcia don't look that old either.
Yeah, I know it's not Garcia. Garcia's not bald headed. This guy looks bald. Yeah, this guy ain't got no fucking hair. He looks like Gerald. We
It's
know it
all
ain't him.
great. Oh, it's all great. No, this is not one of them cops.
Could not be. I don't know who it is.
Your mom's is out the game.
So, two things. Folks have been talking about this handshake.
That's unique
That's who it looks like.
from the jury. Unique and Breeze.
Uh-huh. But people were saying that like that's gonna be Ghost. So like nigga, Ghost is out there complexion. Like I heard a couple of people say something about a handshake and you couldn't see who it was.
Ghost is 12 years old in this time.
And I was about to say this hand looks a lot older than a 12-year-old. It's not a kid's hand. But anyways, what he's saying right here is about Rock being out the game. What has happened that they're talking about Rock being out the game? Because, I mean, I don't think she's dead. But did something happen that Rock voluntarily left? And who knows? Maybe that could mean it's some validity to the video that Getting How I Live had where they said Rock was leaving town.
She had a get out of jail free card, and she could do that and still not snitch on her son.
Yeah.
Because she know all about them mafia folks. But we know the Thomas family is gonna fall.
Yeah, it was. So the two cops that was on Snaps and Pop payroll that did stuff, what did they look like? I'm trying to remember.
Now you have to remember too, we saw two sets of cops dealing with Snap and Pop.
Yeah, it was one of them that Kanan passed by.
Right.
At when they was at his Snaps and Pop them bar or whatever that is. And then it was the two that actually, took Famous out.
And then Rock had two more that she was paying off.
Right. Who the fuck is getting burnt up?
Is this the furnace or no?
I could be. So one thing we do know is that although these trailers are very manipulating, it seems as if, Kanan could be doing some work with Stefano. Could be that Kanan later on, backstabs Stefano and get his ass up out of here. Throw him in his own goddamn furnace.
Yeah, because this could be later in the series. I always did want him to be the one to go in the furnace.
Okay, so you say it's coming up. Snaps and Pop was shooting at Kanan. Interesting.
Everybody else need to get the f out the way.
So we pretty sure that this is Jarita. That's Walker.
I figured it'd be Rock, but that's how they do. Then the next clip you see Rock.
Nah,
we haven't seen her yet.
Yeah, I mean it could be Rock, but
it could be classic.
You ain't never had an enemy like me, Kanan.
I use enemy motherfucking life.
So this part here, little interesting, because I didn't go back and look at this yet because I haven't gotten to the video where I was going to possibly make a theory about this. But don't this area right here. This looks like to me the same area they was torturing. What's his name? I can't think of it right now.
Torturing
Yeah, you know Marvin and Rock would be
Tremont.
Tremont. Yeah.
I can't tell what that is. That's some windows, ain't it?
I think it's a wall.
Is that Kanan with her or Marvin?
It's Marvin. Definitely
Okay.
Marvin. Kanan would have been at her neck. You know that little nigga short.
True.
But yeah, it kind of looked like that wall. I'm gonna go back and look at it later. But that looks like that same little area that I kind of remember.
And she's shooting somebody.
Yeah, exactly. So then we see a drive-by. Some
This
ugly ass
this is
nigga.
major here.
Yeah, I believe this right here is the. You remember I keep talking about this, but I believe we're finally gonna get it. This is the time where they saying, Kanan. It comes from episode 209 from the original Power. Spray that motherfucker like it's 1992. I believe this made it because you hear Marvin talking about how many wars that him and Rock is gonna be into.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get that this season.
You know what they say about family, man.
So this is one of the rare times we're seeing unique in the trailer. Um, I don't know. Right now, judging by what he's saying and stuff, it seems as if, he's still mad at Rock and shit like that. But in my opinion, I think before he meet his end, he's gonna find out the truth. And he's gonna make a play to maybe help Rock. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong about that, but I do have an interesting theory on how it could happen. Here, as we know, this comes from season 3. Why would they be showing a hallucination? Well, not a hallucination. It could be a hallucination, maybe, but more than likely it's not. But a flashback of him in a jolly time from season 3.
You said that scene is from season 3?
This is from season 3. So I believe this is Jukebox imagining her last happy time moments with Lou. Because he was with Jukebox right here. And I believe this is probably going to be part of episode 1. And see, this is what they're doing. Keep in mind, I told y'all about the budget situation. So initially, I thought it was a chance that, Rock could be dead because of the budget. I was like, fitting, Patina Miller and Shamik Moore into the budget would be difficult. But this is how they did it. I believe more than likely, like obviously they shortened the episode, so that helps. So it's only 8 episodes opposed to 10. So that saves you money. And then they also erased Malcolm Mays, aka Lou, from the show. But this here, they don't have to pay him for this because this comes from season 3. They're able to freely reuse, footage that they already captured without paying you. So they basically eliminated him from the payroll as well to lower the cost of the show. Here, this is Marvin going Incredible Hulk in what looks like to be maybe Unique's place. Because keep in mind, he got beef. If so, at first I was thinking maybe he finds Lou dead at the house and Rock isn't there, or he hears about it and Rock hasn't explained to him yet that it was Kanan that's responsible for it. And he initially, he instantly thinks that it's Unique who did it because they're at war with Unique. So he heads to the Unique's tailor shop to try to get him before he finds out it was actually Kanan. This is him returning, I believe, to the car after finding out the news. So yeah, he's in. This is his tailor shop, correct? Isn't this Unique tailor shop here?
At first, I thought it was Kanan's apartment, but
let me get.
I'm not sure.
Brown Michael or whoever ugly ass up out of here.
Yeah, because I tried to.
Can't even see the fucking messages because he's ugly ass. Fucking no life, bro. Coming here doing that stupid ass shit. All right, so Lou is still producing B Rilla's music. Yeah, he used a shotgun for Kanan's crib for sure. That's how he broke into Kanan's crib.
Okay.
That was Kanan's crib who he shot 100%. That was Kanan's crib that he shot that shotgun. Yeah. I think that's Unique's tailor shop.
Can't live well. Rocking me done. She dead to me.
So here, I'm curious what's going on here because clearly, by this time, Jukebox should know that Lou is dead, but yet she's still associated with him. So is it that she's possibly trying to, keep the peace because she don't want to see the whole family destroyed? Or what's going on here? Like,
if Kanan didn't kill Lou, why wouldn't Jukebox be talking to him?
If Kanan didn't kill him. But it's possible that she just don't know that it was him who did it yet. Or, like I said, they could be.
Kanan killed Lou.
Huh?
He had a part in it, but I don't think he actually did the killing.
So if it wasn't Kanan, who do you think it is? Unique?
Yeah.
Could be.
Even when Unique was out of his mind for real, he went after Lou first, and Shirley got in the way.
True.
And
he was. You know what? You might be right because he tried to get Lou 2 times so far.
And Lou kidnapped his woman and child.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he was taunting Lou about the fact that he screwed Rock. Him and Lou, they didn't had issues throughout the whole series.
Well, let's keep going. You could be some truth to it, but right now I think I'm gonna stick with the other one.
Things with her.
So look, y'all see this? Am I tripping or no? This not here. It looked like that was hair for a second to me.
Who?
Like right here with Stefano, this here, I thought there was somebody's head and there was hair right here, but nah, it's not.
He looked bad.
Well, let me not say what I was gonna say.
What I said.
You know they don't age well. Come on, that.
See, I remember when Tony Danza was young.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Could get messy. Do what you gotta do.
So it seems as if Kanan is teaming up with Stefano, and my guess would be, because at first I was saying that I was thinking maybe Stefano and Rock would be on the same side because of what's why I keep forgetting his name.
Is it Russo?
Russo. Yeah, because Russo is with Neek, and now Stefano and Russo are enemies. So I kind of assumed that maybe Stefano would be on Rock's side, but it seems like that's not the case. So if Rock isn't on the same side as Stefano, she has to be on the same side as that Pino Panati do. So that's going to be her person that she's going to form an alliance with. But yeah, Russo probably out the first episode as well.
I plan on it.
You do this, ain't no turning back.
You shouldn't be thinking about turning back anyway.
Who's she talking to?
She talking to Marvin. See, this here is Kanan's apartment.
Yeah.
I don't think Kanan was there when he did this, though.
Ready, no turning.
So, in order for Marvin to be like this, somebody very close to him must be gone. And it ain't nobody left. His dad's dead. His mom is dead. Obviously, Jukebox didn't die. Rock is there talking to him. He ain't got nobody else left, unless you want to say that little girl, Gerald's little daughter. But I seriously doubt that's who he's upset about. It's Lou, people. Gotta be. Damn. See, he was at his new apartment. See, that's what I believe happened when Marvin first initially came into the apartment that he's familiar with and shot the shotgun through that. I don't think Kanan was there. He was at his new apartment. Remember the one that he got with Crystal? And that's where Marvin is at now, beating his ass.
So what about this comment here with support? Kanan giving Stefano the green light to take out Marvin.
Let me see what you're talking about.
He was talking about Rock, but is that what would the scene where Kanan is talking to Stefano?
So what I could possibly see happening here, because
Kanan's face messed up when he was talking to Stefano.
It didn't look like it. But I think he could be maybe trying to set up an ambush that fails or something, and then maybe that's why Marvin them's a retaliation comes. If I'm correct, didn't Kanan say he can't sleep where he works? Yeah, he did. Because because Crystal taught him that.
So the point being, where Marvin shot the dough out, that's not where Kanan lives.
Right. That's just where he
Okay.
doing work at. But see, Marvin doesn't know that. And what I think is going to happen after Marvin goes on this rampage here, well, the rampage of shooting through the workhouse door, he's probably going to have a talk with Jukebox, and Jukebox is going to talk him down, but like, let's try to negotiate because this is not going to end well. Because, the war is probably escalating like crazy, and the only person that's neutral is Jukebox, right? So that's the only one that could potentially sit down with Kanan, and Kanan feels like he's comfortable enough to actually have, that she won't screw him over. That's the only one he probably would trust enough to have that sit down with. Similar to Snowfall, if you're familiar with Snowfall, when Franklin and Sizzy was, I said Sizzy. Franklin and Jerome was going at it like that. Sizzy was the only neutral party that could sit down and talk with both of them, like, hey, try to talk it over. Now, it failed in Snowfall, and I think it's going to fail here as well, but that might be what's happening. When you say two different scenes, he wearing two different jackets, what are you talking about? Because if you're talking about Marvin, I already said that that's not the same thing. I said it's two different apartments. Moving in with Breeze, maybe. I don't know. Kanan kind of seemed like the type that wouldn't run. Well, one thing is that Jukebox is going to end up shooting at Kanan later in this trailer. We haven't gotten to that yet, but something's going to happen that's going to piss Jukebox off. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Is it even safe to assume that these clips are in chronological order?
Oh, hell no. They're never in order.
Okay, we definitely can't tell what season. Okay.
This was just the beginning.
So is that the same dude that was with Breeze at the hospital?
When it hit him, you kind of get a little profile.
Yeah, I think that is him. That nigga look funny as hell punching him, little ass midget. And that's how you know something crazy has happened. This nigga Marvin is at church. And it looked like it might be the same church that Jukebox mom used to go to.
Who I ended up being.
That's Jurita. So who knows? Maybe it moving. All we know is Sean is getting ready to be created really soon. That's the rock at the grave site.
He made Crystal have an abortion, didn't
he? Yeah.
Okay.
So rock at the grave site. So like I said, we got confirmation. You got Marvin at the grave site, and then now we see Rock. Makes sense that it got to be. And keep in mind, the grave looked it's fresh. So it wasn't nobody that been there for a while. Everybody's been asking about this, saying who it is. I believe this is Jerome. It's just a different actor playing them, different kid. But yeah, more than likely this
At
is
that age,
draw.
you have growth spurts anyway. You know, just like how we saw Michael Rainey in one season, he was as tall as Amari Hartley.
Right.
I would think it's drawn. Yeah, that's drawn.
Yeah, because he had braids the last season. So this here is what I was talking about. That looks like Marvin here. And I believe this is Jukebox here.
What's that on the ground?
What do you mean? What's that on the ground?
Them lights. What is that?
That's that's the sparks from them shooting the bullets hitting the car.
I can't see what's in this thing.
They shooting at Kanan.
How many more wars you trying to
And then that's when they talk about how many more awards you trying to have.
have at the same time?
Are you saying Marvin and Jukebox are shooting at Kanan?
Absolutely.
No.
Who is it then?
Miles was suggesting that it snaps and pops.
Oh, that's who he's saying. Pop. Nah, that's not Snaps and Pop. Look at that body frame. Yeah, that don't look like Snaps and Pop to me.
How many more?
Yeah, they look like Marvin and Jukebox. That's what that look like. Wish I had a way that I can zoom in from there. And see, right here, the woman, I could buy that perhaps the woman could look closer to Pop, but that's definitely not Snap.
How many more wars you trying to have at the same time?
So let's check this out. 'Cause I know they're making it look like perhaps Marvin and Breeze are going at each other. I'm trying to see, do we see any similar? I had a theory that perhaps there could be a situation where Rock and Marvin kills Snaps and Pop. And maybe Breeze is upset about that.
Take to win.
But I also got another theory where, Kanan gets some and it's like an eye for an eye. So let's go back here.
Where do they think Snaps is on the ground? I missed something.
I don't know. Is he fighting somebody here or is he pushing somebody out the way? Cause this looks like perhaps inside.
I thought that's where he was getting shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jumping in the way.
This is a Southside Jamaica Queen store.
Well, that's pretty much the end of it.
They give you a lot to work with.
So people saying Snaps is on the ground. Somebody let me know where exactly are you asking Snaps on the ground. Kanan logically should be one to take out Snaps and Pop, but we will see. Yeah, I mean, you would like to see that, but who knows?
I know I need some new glasses, T.
Hold up, what the fuck? Who did I send that to then? Ah shit. I sent this to that damn lady. God damn it.
We still on the trailer? What happened?
My bad, I was replying to somebody. But no, I was actually on the Lulu part. Pull that back up though. All right. Somebody was literally on the ground. So where? When y'all say somebody was on the ground, where? What part are y'all talking about? In the shootout scene, you can see someone is on the ground. So the shootout scene with I'm guessing with what I think to be possibly and shit. Somebody's definitely on the ground. I don't know why when I first seen it, I thought it was like a trash can or some shit.
That's what I'd heard somebody else said that Lou was saving Rock kind of the way uh, Diamond saved Jannard.
Yeah.
But then does that mess up your episode 1 theory?
Nah.
Does it
That would
happen?
be in the first episode.
Okay.
Because it's basically showing what happened after the shot. But who the fuck is this on the ground, though? That is a good question.
You see somebody on the ground?
Hell yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Can you put
I'm
it
about
up?
to pull it back up. Pull up. Somebody right here.
That looks like a garbage bag or something. It
That's
looks
what
like,
I thought at first too, but now I'm looking at it. That's a body. Hold on, that is a damn good. My first thought probably was, right, damn, that is a garbage bag. Hold on,
how is that a body sticking up like that?
rolled up because it do look like
Like
that.
somebody's ass in the air or something.
No, yeah,
Somebody said, Miles said that's a big dude.
hold on, man.
I
Let
still
me.
don't think that's Marvin and Jukebox though.
Who the fuck is it then?
One person shorter than the other one. I know that.
Well, the jukebox is shorter than Marvin.
Could it be Unique and Kanan?
Nah, that's a woman.
That's a woman on the right.
Absolutely. Hell yeah, I know.
Okay.
Why is it doing that, bro? What the fuck?
See right there, Unique looked like he almost in tears. Because that's when he first got Jerome back. And he looking at who saved him. Barilla
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a
got
bad.
something to do before he get taken out.
How many more wars you trying to have at the same time?
Yeah, this is wild.
I like
Somebody-
T's one. The female seems to be dressed like a female.
She don't look like she dressed like a female to me. It look like to me she wearing a big ass leather jacket and a regular shirt, which is what jukebox
The
was.
same.
It do look kind of feminine, which is I don't know.
Look at that. It's a big ass leather jacket and a shirt. Maybe not even a leather jacket. It's a big jacket.
Maybe they tricking us that they even shooting at Kanan.
Now that could be
Kanan
that
might
could
be
be
in a
it.
whole different shootout.
Yeah, it could be that they're shooting at somebody else. But that absolutely look like Marvin and Jukebox shooting. To me. Because I'm looking at the body frame.
I don't get it. Why I got to be on meds now? I don't even believe in meds.
What's good, Richie? Breeze could take out some connects. Yeah, that sounds like some shit he's glad to do.
You need to read some of your chat.
I'm reading it. Looks like Marvin pops and snaps on the ground. It do. I will say that it did look like snaps ass on the ground. It do look like it. Hold on. You know what? Let me do this. Let me look at my damn TV. It'll make it easier. Let me move this screen.
I'm looking at the TV. I still don't see a body unless they're on their knees with their head down. But what I know, I need glasses and meds according to your chat.
Right here on my TV screen. Weird shit.
I'm gonna be waiting all season to see what that is. I'm looking at it on TV too.
Hold on, man. This is crazy.
A body bag, that might be possible.
Yeah, it might be a big ass nigga on the ground. They do like a head like that, like maybe arm or some shit like that, like that.
Okay, I'll go with Marvin and Jukebox for that. Jukebox did get kind of thick.
Said they randoms. What if Breeze and Kanan was burning Breeze? Breeze is number 2. Who Kanan punched in the trailer. That could be some truth to that. What I like is that they didn't show the feds in the trailer. That's the big part of the story people are forgetting. That is true, and I didn't even think about that shit.
Well, they're gonna leave some holes somewhere. Because see, this trailer is really only showing that aspect of the Thomas family falling.
Yeah, that's what that's what the theme has been. The synopsis was talking about. So
So how many episodes is that gonna take? With eight left, and we still got to see Kanan and Breeze take over, which means Snap and Pop and Stefano and all them got to go.
true. So my prediction, half of the season is gonna cover the war between them. About time that episode 5 mark hit. The end of episode 4, or episode 5, Kanan is gonna figure out the truth that Snaps and Pop is the ones that's behind that. They use episode 6 and 7 to get rid of um, Snaps and Pop, and I could see perhaps you know perhaps Kanan working back with his family maybe, but Marvin dies in the process of it, and I think Rock would probably just leave the game altogether because she don't lost everybody at this point. Because even though Kanan, even though Kanan's still alive, she don't lost him to the point that he's too far gone. Lou is dead. Marvin is dead. Her mom's dead. So she probably just leave, and then that's when that might be where the line where we hear Bree say your mom is out the game. Nobody, everybody else need to get the F out the way. So that's when they take out Unique. Unique got to get out the way because he at that point he would be the only one standing. So then,
Unique, then Snap and Pop.
well, I think Snaps and Pop is gonna get taken out. Possibly in that episode 6, 7 range, too. So I think close around the same, but I don't know. I think Unique would be the last one to fall. I think I'm gonna go with that. And I know Getting How I Live. I didn't watch the video, but I remember him saying something about that. Unique being the last domino or something. So he probably was saying that. But yeah, I think Unique probably would be last. Or maybe he'll go right before Snaps and Pop. I don't know.
Well, Snap and Pop they was gonna get rid of him anyway.
True. But yeah, after that, I think we'll get that flashback for episode 8. I mean, I said flashback. The time jump for episode 8. Then we're gonna see Ghost and Tommy show up.
Now
And
you got Unique giving a speech to Kanan about family, but we don't know the time frame for that.
early, I would say early.
And then we got Kanan saying, no one is untouchable, and as he's shooting somebody, which could be Unique.
And we gotta pay attention to what OG Kanan is saying at the beginning of the trailer when he's narrating. Basically implying that, if you didn't like him then, you damn sure not gonna like him now because he basically he's saying the moves he's gonna be making in this new season is gonna be some cold blooded shit that people probably gonna hate him for.
I don't think anybody's ever liked Kanan.
Nah, there's a lot of people like Kanan.
Even the teenager Kanan, he was so stupid.
Well, I don't know about the teenage one. I was talking about OG one.
Oh. So this if you Sasha Penn and you wanted to respect the audience, which means they got to have some continuity. So how does this tie back to Kanan's statement that he went to see his mom?
So
As if he was on, and he said it like he was on good terms with them. And then Tommy just says, like, okay, man.
yeah. So like I always said, it could mean a couple of things. But I do think he's gonna have a good relationship with his mom before their separation, whether that means her dying, going to prison, or just simply leaving and them not having much contact with each other anymore?
Or him finding out the truth.
Well, I
She
think him
didn't
finding
that
out the
she didn't
truth,
kill. See, at the beginning, he still thinks she was behind Famous and Crystal's death.
right? So I'm saying him finding out the truth is gonna happen, but whether she lands up in prison, just simply leaving or dying, still can be all on the table. Now I'm leaning more towards now more than ever that she's gonna make it out of the series. I believe she's still alive currently.
That's where I would go with it too, considering how. But see, when that scene where he said that, and Ghost didn't respond, but Tommy did, and it's hard to tell. Why would he say? Then he just said, "Oh, okay, man." It was kind of subtle.
Yeah, I remember
Like
exactly how it was.
if I told you I was going to see my sister, and you know she's in Elmwood Cemetery, both my sisters are. You know Elmwood Cemetery,
Yeah, but they can also take it
but
as okay, he's going to her grave. He went to her grave.
right. That's kind of the response says that, but the way Kanan said, I went to see my mom. See, we didn't know all this backstory when he said that. It was just like she just was down the street living. We didn't even know his mom was a gangster when
Mhm.
Kanan said that in OG Power. OG Power.
Hypothetically speaking, right? What if that person he's shaking up is Ghost on on confirming the hit on Breeze that set up Origins and in the season finale type shit would be fire. So Leon, what exactly part are you talking about the shakeup? Because if you're talking about the part that I already covered, the person looked a little, the hand kind of looked older. Now, if they kind of did a time jump to maybe 4 years later, then perhaps.
Yeah, I mentioned that get out of jail free card earlier, but and this makes sense because they got all these Italians and mafia and crap going on. Um, what
Right,
Mr.
Richie.
Dove is saying.
Yeah, that's what I be telling folks. Like even in Power, Ghost says it. Ghost says when in episode what's that? I want to say it was 615. Is either 615 or 610. He's when Tasha walks up and she asks him, "What are you doing here?" And Ghost responds to her and says, "Came to see my daughter. Tell her about my future." Clearly, it's a grave that's dead, but he was referring to her, saying, "I'm here to see my daughter." So the same thing could be said with Kanan when he said, "I went to go see my mom." Like I said, they are doing their own Five Families Rico takedown with the Thomas family at the center. Marvin is the pressure point of the investigation, and Rock has the offer to snitch on Stefano. Yeah, yeah, we did talk about that though. You just probably wasn't in here, but we actually when we do these lives and stuff, that's one thing that we definitely discuss quite often. That get out of jail free card.
And Marvin, I still say to get a bag of diamonds and pearls. To me, that was an escape. We don't mention that. I mention it every time though.
I will say this though, it would be very shocking, but at the same time satisfying if Marvin some kind of way made it out.
Could that be why Juke ended up going to DC?
Could be.
But she didn't become a cop till Kanan was in prison. And then Trayvon tied to DC too.
Um, is it? Or was it Jersey? That is true. Why is B Willer still alive? Kill that nigga.
He wasn't in the trailer. But
So
see,
he ain't
didn't he help Lou pull off the kidnapping?
Yeah.
And he probably let them go.
Man.
Could he have killed Lou?
To be honest with you, shit. I gotta get up in about 4 hours. But shit, I might do a daytime live tomorrow because I'm gonna definitely do some more videos. And I might fuck around and do a daytime. Jukebox knew Ghost and Tommy from back the day, so she couldn't have gone to DC. Yeah, she definitely knew them.
And they talk like she was crazier than what we've seen.
Right.
We haven't seen her that crazy. What they were scared of her. Kanan was too.
Yeah, because I do think they're gonna have a situation where Jukebox is gonna give him that scar. He's gonna do something that's gonna piss her the hell off. Whether it's snaking her dad or perhaps what happened with Lou, she probably will go after that fool. And then like you think about her giving you a scar like that, like you gonna remember that shit. B really heard the shot and he drove off with Panera bread and Jerome and dropped the ball. Be really out in the first episode. Lulu out Kanan. You need probably take Be really out trying to find Panera bread.
That works.
Yeah, because he is worthless. Get his ass up out of here. But anyways, the last one thing we're gonna cover real quick. I ain't gonna be on too much longer. But who do y'all got surviving this shit? Like the whole season. Me, I got Rock surviving.
Okay.
Sasha Penn already said in the interview, we will get a definite reason why, yeah, Kanan was able to reason why Kanan was able to take Juke out so easily in OG. Yeah, I heard him say that. I ain't gonna lie. I hope Marvin pulled through. Not only because he a fan favorite, but that Cop's father on Nemesis reminds me of older Marvin. No cap. Yeah, a little bit.
So who survives the season? Panessa and Jerome.
Yeah, I'll say they probably will.
Breeze is once the Thomases and is resolved, that could get your time jump to 96. and we could see Breeze's death, but I don't think for some reason I don't think we are.
Like I told y'all, if we see it, it's gonna be them just fast forward to it. You're gonna see the dead body, and they're gonna tell the story in origins. Because I do think they have to. There's no way you can tell the story of Ghost and Tommy and not tell the story of Breeze because they talk about how he played such a significant role in their upbringing. So they have to cover that.
And it was a teenage Jamie that killed Breeze.
Right.
And Breeze gave him the name Ghost. So it's got to be because he could run and disappear. So it's like we got to see all that somewhere, you would think. But then they could think we already know this, so why we got to show it?
It might be lazy writing to you, but it might turn out that that's what we get because, like I said, they'll still get to tell the story. Because y'all got to think about it. They're doing this on a budget. It's not like you just have unlimited episodes and screen time to tell this story with an unlimited budget. Now, if they had an unlimited budget, you would get a different story. But the fact that they don't, they got to do it in a way that they can still give us a good enough story, get a good ending, and then start a new one that can tell the rest of the story. That's the reason why they started increasing the episodes because although it's more episodes, it's still part of season one. So they don't have to raise the income of the actors and shit once the season start rolling in. Like season 3 hit, but you don't did about 50 some episodes, which is typically would be 5 seasons. 5 seasons mean they will get a payday.
I said, just kill the expensive people off. We the audience. We shouldn't have to worry about budgets. And
hell no, because then the people gonna complain about them killing the people out. Exactly, Mr. Dub. Exactly. And that it's happened before, and I believe that's the route Origins is going to go with.
Okay,
it makes the most sense.
I don't think they would totally disappoint a loyal audience.
But I'm still going to stand on what I said. I believe this is going to be the greatest season of Power we've ever seen. I still believe it. Hopefully they don't disappoint me, but I'm standing on what I said. The trailer looks good. It got suspense. Rock being back. We get to see what happened between Kanan and Jukebox. Probably will get a younger version of Ghost and Tommy at some point, probably towards the very end. Yeah, even better than OG Power Season 2. And that's my favorite season as well. That's my favorite season of Power.
Which one?
Season 2 of the original Power.
Oh, okay.
I think as long as we see 2 scenes, which is Breeze giving Ghost his name and Ghost killing Breeze, then I'm good with everything else pertaining to Breeze.
And we went through 4 seasons of every black man on the show being Breeze.
You ain't never lied. Everybody named Mama was Breeze.
Now I will say I stuck with this has got to be a new character. Well, everybody was that's Breeze. That's Breeze. I'm like,
nigga around the corner selling bread. selling bread, but it was a monopoly. It was a Jeopardy thing next to it. That's Breeze, y'all. Look at the monopoly right there. Look at him playing Jeopardy.
We saw B Rilla's name and just said those
That's
breed.
Breeze Rilla. Sue Ronnie showed up, and that nigga was watching TV. Oh, that's Breeze.
But the running thing really got me. That to me was just that was like how they wrote that character. Running was just
I loved it.
that's my biggest criticism of Raising Kanan. It was just not that Unique's brother got out of prison, but
Nah, they didn't fail us,
for him to
man.
be some kind of uh, zombie Michael Myers character. He used to run the streets. I mean, that just. Mm-mm.
He don't look the same though. He actually looked different. I don't agree with that. He actually grew some facial hair. He way bigger.
Who are you talking about now?
Makai on Origins. He don't look
Origins.
the same as he do on
He
Raising.
looks bigger.
Yeah, he's definitely noticeably bigger, for sure. And he grew out some facial hair. Yeah, the bully shit was definitely getting out of hand. It was funny as hell, though. And I loved it, bro. Like each season, another season, another nigga ready to be Breeze. Let's go.
The only person I think that could have been was Unique, and that was just because of all the nicknaming and the name games they was playing, ubiquitous, and you know
Uh,
when he said his
little,
name
little
wasn't
LaGuardia.
nothing in the streets anymore. That's when I
Yeah.
thought could reinvent himself.
I mean, me personally, I do think they should have went with a different actor to play Kanan in Origins. I agree with that, but he doesn't look exactly the same. But yeah, it just don't. It just
I don't think we would have liked seeing anybody else unless it was 50 Cent himself. I really don't. They would have had to really look like 50 Cent.
well, I still stand on what I said originally. Who should have been cast for Kanan, but I know the reason why he wasn't. But somebody that would have been perfect for it, in my opinion, was Daniel Ezra. He looks enough like 50 Cent. He's taller. He's bigger. He would have did a better job.
I could see that. And being known, he would have been more easily accepted.
Exactly. Yep. That aspect as well. But he was already attached to All American, so he couldn't do it.
I thought he was supposed to play D with his brother.
We heard that, but I guess it was just a rumor. Hey, to be fair, Richie, I was not hell bent on the Unique being Breeze. That's not true.
You really wasn't. You
Yeah, I
wanted you
said I
wanted
think it was him, but I wasn't hell bent. The niggas
you
that was
want
hell bent was getting it how I live, Nate Almighty, and Fair Play. Them niggas was hell bent.
see. It could have made sense if it was going to be somebody that we already know. Unique would have made sense. Everybody else didn't make any sense. You wanted it to be Ronnie.
Yeah, in the beginning I did because I just liked his character. They gave him a lot of the characteristics, but whatever. So anybody think Unique got a chance at making it out?
No. They done already foreshadowed him.
But here's another thing though, which is another thing of how I know Origins has to be doing a bunch of flashbacks, and that's how they're gonna tell the story of Breeze. They gotta give us Ghost's dad as well. They gotta give us that story. We see that he got a grandma, but the grandma is in '02. I would assume. No, she's not in '02. She got to be in the '90s as well. So I guess the grandma must have been before the dad. That's a weird story. I don't know how they're gonna do that because that's how it would have kind of made the Lou storyline made sense a little bit. The fact that Tommy and Forrest said that Ghost came to move with them when Tommy was like around 8 or 9.
The Lou storyline.
Yeah, the Lou storyline being Ghost's dad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So that would have made Rock Ghost's grandmama, paternal grandmother.
But yeah, so that I'm just saying that would have made somewhat, some sense to that because him having his grandma and maybe living with his grandma, when does they fit when did they fit in him being with his dad?
Well, we know that ain't none of that happened. We know this now.
Well, SG, like I said, obviously I said I thought he was Breeze. I just admitted to that. I said I wasn't hell bent on it. Like them niggas was basically saying stuff like, if you don't know this is him already, then you something wrong with you and all kinds of shit they were saying. I wasn't doing all that. And it had nothing to do with the Shamik Moore League. I knew before that. I knew it wasn't him because my homeboy had already told me it wasn't him. Brandon, what makes you say it looks like Breeze drops off Unique? Kanan will most likely get arrested in season 2. I would say season 2 of Warriors.
Breeze would already know. I think Snap and Pop's plan to get rid of Breeze once they through with it. I mean, get rid of Unique once they through with it. Breeze would know that because they said it right in front of him. And that's also was telling Kanan once they through with Unique, he gone. That's temporary.
Speaking of Akbar, we didn't see him or any of the New Jersey people in the trailer. I wonder what's going to happen with them. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about, Mr. Dub. Like they were saying, he said Ghost moved in him when he was 8 or 9. But that wouldn't be a small recon. That would be a major one because in the original Power, episode 1, he told Angie that he thought once his pops died, Angie would reach out. Well, we know Angie left when she was around 15, possibly 16 years old. And that means Ghost's dad must have died after that. So if he died after that, How can he be living with Ghost and Tommy then when when his father's alive?
Now, follow me on this, Jamie. Going back to the conversation with Uncle Gabe and Jamie and Ghost. Now, when Ghost walked into the bar, he didn't think Uncle Gabe would even recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't we've always assumed that when Ghost's dad died, the Ghost was like a teenager or something.
He had to have been a teenager.
Why?
Because of the story I just told you.
But now if we're gonna talk about the 8 or 9 going to live with. He told Uncle Gabe, "I went to live." Remember Tommy, the only white boy in the neighborhood. I went to live with them.
I
And
know,
Uncle Gabe never saw Jamie again until he walked into the bar.
right? Which means he had to have been a teenager because he, like I just said, he told Angie he thought she would reach out after his father died,
Okay,
and they were already teenagers when she
okay.
left the
Well,
church.
it's something inconsistent there.
Right, that's what I was saying. So that's why I was saying maybe possibly he went to live with Tommy twice. They could end up writing it like that, or it's just a major writing error that they just said fuck it and changed it.
Okay, yeah, and I see that what Ryder is saying too. Yeah, okay.
Remember what Ghost told Tariq in 609 when I was your age. My dad tried to get me. Yep, that's another one to turn away from the streets. Yep. And then here's another. It's a lot of them that proves it. Here's another one that proves it. It says in 1996 they met Breeze, and then Angie was still there. We know Angie left. You know after that.
I was trying to make the 8 or 9 make sense, but
Yeah, that threw you definitely threw us off when he said that.
and Kate always talked about him like he was another child of hers, and maybe he is.
Yeah, I would like to see that story of what happened with Ghost's dad, how he snitched, what kind of trouble he was in, who was the one pressuring him, all of that. So it's Ghost's dad died when he was 17, and then Ghost went back to live with Kate and Tommy for the second time at the point. First time was when he was abandoned by his mom at 8 or 9. So that's what I was thinking too, right? But we got this grandma as well. So is there a time period where Ghost is living with the grandma, or I would say most likely he was. With these shows are different. Damn, too many comments. Well, with this different writers and directors are behind them. That's why so many inconsistencies. Well, it's not necessarily the new writer because having multiple writers for shows is pretty standard. Well, I don't know. Directors for sure that's standard. Like typically, when it comes to shows, you're gonna have a different director each episode. They could possibly say that he was staying with Tommy around 8 or 9, but the dad was still around, being an abusive drunk. I could have a role in that. It could be some shit like that. Like, but still, what that wouldn't make sense. You still got to think about the part where Ghost told Uncle Gabe he went to go live with Tommy after the death of his father. Why would he say that if he's already living with Tommy? I think Ghost probably entered his grandmother's life again after Breeze was gone, and he had more control of his life. That's why he comes and all this. Like I said, I still say Ghost and Ghost dad, the old nigga that saw Kanan and Famous beat up Freddie. We never knew his age when he had girls. I mean, that's true.
Ghost. I still say Ghost could have been the wiry kid that found Famous's body.
It's a possibility.
Because he was buying alcohol. He was stealing some beer, I think, and he was running and he disappeared. If that piece of cardboard hadn't moved, the man wouldn't even knew he was there. And that's how Breeze gave him that name. He could run and disappear like a ghost.
Yeah. Anyways, though, I'm about to go ahead and check out people. 12 now. It's 2 there.
Yeah.
3 for the East Coast. Yeah, but like I said, I got to be up at 4 or something. So yeah, 4 or something. Yeah, so I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here.
How many subscribers you got now?
5,000 something.
Is that good?
It's all right. Yeah, I'm growing. I mean, it's growing. YouTube is kind of hard to obtain. That's why I tell people all the time, like TikTok and Facebook and Instagram is cool, but it's much easier for success on there because it's short term content. That's why I always say TikTok mostly is a woman's dominated um, platform because women, doing a lot of beauty content, or sometimes they just be over sexualizing themselves in short form content. They thrive in it, but you don't see a whole lot of popular women YouTubers. It's hard for them to get monetized because you gotta keep people attention for a long period of time. But yeah, it's all right, but I'm trying to get a little bit more consistency to get this thing bigger. Like movie box should be popping. That like he put out his trailer stuff instantly. He had like 7,000 when I looked at it, about 4 or 5 hours for a trailer breakdown. But anyways, uh, Marvin goes to jail for life. I just don't see Marvin going to jail. I think Marvin would die before he go to jail. Well, anyways, though, I might try to catch y'all possibly during the day tomorrow, but I'll let y'all know in the Discord if I do. But yeah, this was fun. Nice trailer. Definitely gonna have a bunch of more videos coming, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, y'all have a good night.
All right.